Hi, I'm Julie and I'm the pet grief expert. On this video I'd like to talk to you about how you can support a friend or a family member who's dealing with the death of their pet, their fur baby, and the things that you can do to help to ease them through it. First of all, make time for them. Listen to them vent their feelings. You might find that they're more angry or frustrated, or they're snappier than usual. They might even say some upsetting things, things they don't really mean in an emotional outburst, but that's just part of their grief, and it's better than them storing everything up inside themselves. Don't say, oh, I know how you feel, and then go on to talk about yourself and your experiences all the time. Now, some people might find a little bit of comfort in the fact that you understand, but their grief is personal to them and it might be different to how you feel, and you might very well get a response of, no, you don't know how I feel. And they won't mean to sound as though they're having a go at you, but it's just your grief may be different to their grief, and how they're feeling is unique to them. Don't make their grief about you, even if you don't mean to. Give them some space if they need it. If they want to be on their own, let them be on their own for a little while. But if they want to be chatting and talking all the time, just let them know that you'll be on the end of the phone whatever time or day or night it might be. Don't avoid them. And don't avoid the conversation when you see them. Don't think, oh, I better not say anything because it's going to start them being upset again and I don't want to upset them. By not talking about it, it's almost like you're brushing away the death as though somehow it didn't matter. So mention it, talk about the pet, let them talk about how they're feeling. Be a good friend, even if their sorrow makes you feel uncomfortable. Don't minimise the effect that their death has had on them. Don't minimise the life and death of their pet by saying things like, oh, well, you know, it was only a cat or a dog or a bunny rabbit or a guinea pig, whatever it was. Because you might be trying to make them feel better, but actually all that's doing is telling them that you think their pet's life didn't matter. It's the same as saying, well, you can always get another one. You can always get another dog. Why don't you go and get another cat? Most people in the early stages of grief cannot even conceive of having another pet. Now, as they go through the process and the grief starts to ebb away a little bit maybe, then they might consider having another pet. Now, perhaps if they're alone in the house and they miss the pet being there, or they're feeling extra lonely, but they will know where that time is, and when other people keep saying to them, oh, just go and get another one, it's like somehow you're saying that the pet that died, they didn't matter. And it's probably not what you mean at all, but that's what it can come across as. You have to let your friend or your relative, whoever it is that's grieving, choose in their own time if it's time to get another pet, or time to start pet sitting, or volunteer at a pet charity. They will know when the time is right for them to do that. You can do practical things like doing a bit of shopping even if they haven't asked you for it, or making them a meal and taking it round even if they haven't asked. Just things that they don't have to do themselves. Offer to, if you can see that they're in a state and they just can't do anything, they can't even get out of bed, offer to do some of their ironing for them, or, even a bit of washing, something like that. Anything that you can do to help, just to make their life a little bit easier. It doesn't necessarily just have to be about the grief. It can be practical things as well. You can encourage them to join one of the support groups on social media, and Facebook has a few good ones for pet grief. So if they feel like nobody understands them, those groups are full of people that do understand them, so that's a good thing. Encourage them to get other emotional help as well if you think that they need it. Show them some of these videos or other people's videos. but just so that they know that they're not alone and that they're not the only one experiencing it, even though how they are feeling is unique to them. You can't do anything about the death of the pet, but what you can do is be a good friend or a good family member and help them out, just to ease them into the process of their grief and help them to start processing it. I hope these tips have been helpful, and maybe I'll see you in one of the other videos. Bye.